I explain? I didn't play to win because at that point my dad was more of, okay, yes, you can win the tournament, but at the same time, if you play with better players who are higher up, once you show that you are good enough to play these tournaments and good enough to do well in them, once you play up, you are playing with better players, which teach you a lot more about developing your game, because there are a lot of weaknesses that get exposed at a higher level.
Absolutely. Tell us about your coaches and where do you train in Singapore?
So I train at Voyager, so Voyager Singapore, and my father's my coach and he's more of a support team, but I also have a coach at Voyager, Coach Peter Thorne. He is my main coach.
Your father is there when you are coaching with the main coach?
Well, he watches, but he's more of, he travels with me a lot.
Okay.
And, well, not exactly. It depends. It's more of a combined effort.
So he's watching you very closely. I'm sure coaches also sometimes travel with the athletes.
Yeah.
Is it the case with you as well? The coach is traveling most of the time?
Well, for Kampala, I traveled. Other times I've only traveled with my father, except for when I went for the Singapore team championship and when I played for the Grand Slam Development Fund.
Okay.
Only those 2 times I traveled with different coaches. But in Kampala, I traveled with a new coach, and it worked out pretty well. So I've traveled with her for 1 tournament, and I'm going to be traveling with her for the next. But otherwise, I've always traveled with my dad.
Is there full synchronization when your dad is there and the coach is there? There are 2 minds looking at you. I'm sure your dad will be coming up with feedback, suggestions, how he sees things differently, maybe which the coach is not able to, because he's your dad eventually.
Yeah.
He knows your strength and weaknesses a lot more than the coaches will do.
Yes, I think that, they all have their own suggestions. Both of them have their suggestions, and I try to implement whatever I can.
You filter it out? How do you filter it out?
I don't really filter it out so much because a lot of the time they discuss it themselves. They see what's going to work, what's not going to. They compromise some suggestions, they use some. It really depends on what the suggestions are, and sometimes they both have advantages, and I try to implement both in my game.
Awesome. You started your ITF journey back in 2022 in Indonesia. Any memories from your first tournament in Jakarta?
Yeah, actually when I played the tournament, I wasn't 13 yet. The tournament officially started on my birthday, but I was 12 and almost 13 basically. And I was actually very surprised at the level then because of COVID. A lot of the players who had previously been highly ranked or had not even been able to start their journey all had to come back to 0 and start playing J5s again. So the level was a lot higher than I expected, and I was very surprised. I was like, how has the level gone up so much? But when I continued playing, I realized, okay, the level has just, it's not gone up, it's just been an influx of players who weren't able to play previously. All these girls, many of them got to top 100, top 50 in the world in just a few months. So it was just that, it was a bit scary as a young kid, but I came out to realize it was a fun experience. I made a lot of friends, I learned a lot of new things. So all in all, it was a good experience.
First tourney outside of the country, were you very excited?
I was excited, yeah, but
nervous at the same time?
Yeah, of course I was nervous, but I didn't expect much from the tournament. I was just going there to say, let me start this journey, You need to find 1 tournament to start, and that was the easiest one for me to choose.
Your recent trip in Kampala, where you won 2 titles, I think doubles, 1 singles.
Yeah.
Take us through what happened in those 2 weeks, because it's been fascinating how you have performed over there. A lot of people are watching you now as a real emerging player. How was those 2 weeks? Your dad must be there out there as well.
Actually, Kampala, my dad wasn't there for a specific trip. But in Kampala, I'd say the thing that happened was I actually didn't expect to win everything or anything at all, because I had been sick for 3 weeks, had been hampered with injuries from my neck to my hip, I think, to my knee. I was injured all over, and I was also sick and vomiting for 10 days before the tournament. But I only got 3 days of practice before the first tournament, which is why in singles I struggled quite a bit in the first tournament. But because I won the doubles and I played well in doubles, that confidence translated into singles. So I played a lot better in the second week. I didn't expect it, and also coming out of an injury, you're not exactly going to be playing your best at all. You're not even match sharp or ready. And I really didn't expect a single thing at all. So I'm really happy I won those 3 tournaments. It was my first 3 ITF titles.
Yeah, no, absolutely. This is fantastic because and it has done a great deal for you.
Yeah.
And we can see that you must be a lot more confident about conducting yourself onto the courts, subsequently traveling. Come back to your doubles partner, Neha Krishna.
Yeah.
How has been the camaraderie between yourself and Neha?
Well, we actually, when I was a lot younger, I think about 11 and a half. Then, nearly, 11 and a half. I went to try at this academy in Spain, and that's where I met her.
Okay.
She was much older than me then, but we got along well, and we reconnected when we were back in Kampala, and that's when we decided to play doubles together. And I think we were a good pair. I mean, the fact that we had never even practiced together, we didn't even get to practice doubles the day before, and won 2 tournaments back to back, which is pretty good.
Right.
And I would say that we got along well. We had good chemistry on the court. We knew how to support each other in high and low moments. So that was.
Did you have those discussions? Because doubles needs a lot of coordination.
Yeah.
You have to really understand the other person's strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah.
And then somebody is attacking, somebody is defending, and all that
Yeah.
stuff. So do you plan it like, because you just met her in Kampala and decided to come together? Was that enough time? Is this how normally it is, or you kind of take your own time? A lot of people decide their doubles partner much early on because they know you so well and they know exactly your game, how you play, your strengths, weaknesses, and then they say, yeah, I like this girl because she can really complement me.
Well, we didn't have that opportunity because of the fact that she was playing tournaments in a different place previously, and she trains very far away from where I train. I travel a lot. She travels a lot. So just for one tournament, we weren't able to really meet up and discuss or practice. And most of the time, you're not able to, because when you try finding a new partner or there's nobody in that tournament who you have to take a bet. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Some partnerships go really well, some partnerships end horribly. So it really depends. And I think we were both lucky that our games suited each other and we figured out how to play with each other very quickly.
What's your plan for the next maybe a month or so, or subsequently going forward?
Well, actually this Sunday I'm going to be traveling. I'm going to be going to Manila for an ITF on Sunday. And after that I'm going to be training, and towards the latter part of August I'm going to be playing more tournaments again.
Lovely. We love to see you on the courts. I'll cheer up for you. Going forward, I have some more questions. This is rapid fire round.
Okay.
All right. Tell us your hobby.
I'd say singing, and I recently picked up chess.
Oh wow. Okay. Your favorite travel destination?
Switzerland and South Africa.
South Africa, which place?
It was more of the holiday in general. Switzerland
Okay.
was also the holiday in general.
Okay.